Hello again. I'm here to recap with you Step 2 Talking Text. So grab a coffee or your favorite drink for the next few minutes. By now you should have added your own talking text to your first of 2 rough charts that you prepared earlier. You're going to be using the other rough chart in Step 3. So tell me, how did you do? Was it fun? Did you see some of your creative juices flowing? Or maybe it was just frustrating and you felt clueless. Well, don't worry. Sometimes it just doesn't look quite like we thought it would. The saving grace here is that this is just our draft. It's not our final chart yet. And I think you're going to feel better after you see mine. Okay, here's a full view of my talking text, and as you can see, I ended up not having enough room. I wrote the remainder of my verses in the margin below the frame, which of course is not allowed because that's where our application section will go, as you're going to learn in a couple of chapters. And I know why I have difficulty with this. I wasn't using a fine tip black pen. I think it was like a medium point. And I wasn't writing small enough. I'm going to enlarge this in just a few moments, but I wanted to point out something else that I need to be more mindful of when I do this talking text on my final chart. The chart next to mine here is from page 305 in the Charts ebook. And it's a chart from Wayne McLeod in the class of 1973. Verse-wise, it's only one verse smaller than the segment that we have. So as you look at the differences between these 2 talking text areas, what do you notice? One thing that stands out to me is more use of the white space within the box on the chart on the right. Mine has some, but to me it's still way too busy. It's just too filled up. As I look at the Hebrew sample chart, there's just more open or white space, and I've circled it in red on the chart on the right. Can you see that this just helps the eye rest as it views the chart? It reminds me of what we notice in a good layout of an advertisement. Here's one from a magazine that I have laying around the house. You can see how restful to the eye it is when there's white space throughout. So keep that in mind as you devise your talking text on your final chart soon. Okay, back to my chart. I'll show you what I liked and what I didn't like about some of the details. From my didn't like list, my drawing of world. World is a word that often shows up in our segment, and it looks to me like a smashed in face, and so I need to figure something else out. And also in this second paragraph, do you see the long backward arrow that I drew to show where the rest of the sentence continued? It's about in the middle of the section there. I must not do that because it ends up looking like another paragraph separation, and that's not what it is. It's the one that starts, the one who has my commandments and keeps them, and then I drew a line, is the one who loves me. Okay, I should not do that again. From my did like list, since there are many mentions of the word love, I used a red pen and I drew a heart each time that we had that word in our section. The word see was also found often in our segment, so I drew glasses around the 2 E's in that word. You can see it once in that first paragraph and then a couple of times in the second one. And then there's one more technique under the did likes. When I see a word not in a verse, I usually try and see if it makes sense to circle the word or to call attention to it and draw an X through the word that it defines. So you'll see that in verse 18, the beginning of this second paragraph, I will not leave you as orphans. I crossed out the word orphans. Actually, I'm wondering if it makes more sense to capitalize the word leave and put an X through that word, since it's the verb leave that the word not is describing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to change that and not cross through orphans. You'll also see use of this technique near the end of the paragraph where it says not love me, the one who does not love me, while still keeping with the red pen and the drawing of the heart. Oh, and I see that I missed the next one right below it. It does not follow my words, so I'll capitalize the word follow and then put an X through that one as well. So now that we've done this recap, you're ready to read the next section, which is Step 3, Main Topical Study, pages 101 to 105. And then after you've read that step, watch the next Watch and Do video, learning how to apply the main topical study to your own chart. So your assignment again is to read step 3, main topical study, pages 101 to 105, and then watch the next video. And I'll see you there on the next video.